Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.
We're so happy to have on an incredible glam rock band you're going to be hearing a lot more from. It is Royal Sugar. I've got Tyler Cohenauer and Garrett Carr. Guys, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having us, man.
You know what? It's like after I got the press release and heard the music, it's like, yes, we have to have them on the show.
Oh, thank you.
But,
we're about to steal your shirt and your vest.
Yeah, I want to blend in.
Today,
so if I have to carry gear or something, they go, oh, he's obviously with them.
He's a part of this.
Yeah, with Royal Sugar. But I mean, the music you guys have been doing is just incredible, and I thought it was kind of interesting that it really caught fire with Harry Styles, copy with Medicine.
Yep. That was very interesting. We went and saw Harry here in Nashville, his first solo tour in 2018.
Yep.
And I remember we were up in the nosebleeds, and he started playing Medicine. It wasn't on his album. We didn't know the song, and we're like, what is that?
Yeah.
So we waited around like everyone else for him to release it, and he didn't.
Yeah.
So we're like, you know what? I think we need to.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to know you guys were there also, because I was the third guy that was there.
Yeah.
Because I was there with my daughter.
I remember seeing you.
Yeah. And I was like, and I saw one other father. I'm like going, oh my gosh, there's another guy there. So that means there were 4 of us there.
Yeah, exactly.
But what a great show.
Yeah, it was
incredible.
You know, and you guys, what I love about your music, and particularly with the originals and everything you're doing now, is that you really have your own feel and style to it, and you have a lot of fun with your videos.
We do have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We've been on TikTok. We've been, doing skits and doing music, and it's been really fun just to see, that there's a hunger for rock music among young people, and even just us as music fans to see that there's, glam rock fans out there that love pop as well. So.
Well,
really
and
cool.
I think the tonalities and everything that you guys are doing, and also that you're giving makeup tips, is very handy for a lot of people. In fact, I probably need to watch those too. Just
we all need them.
Yeah, we all do. Especially when you're rocking and rolling. But I wanted to bring up, with your original music, you guys have been, co-writing songs together for 8 years. You met in Florida in college.
8 years.
And it's like,
ages.
but really. Royal Sugar solidified, just back in 2021.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But it feels like, and as they say too in Nashville, as you guys know, you guys are an instant success.
No clue.
Suddenly you're on the scene.
This happened overnight.
We met back in Florida, so.
Over Thanksgiving, ironically enough, whenever we go home, our parents start pulling up all these old performance videos.
Same here, yeah.
And his dad sent me one of ours as I was watching with my mom a couple of our old videos.
I didn't know that.
Playing in these smoky, tiny little clubs in Florida where there's 4 people that aren't our parents.
Right. They're like, you're new. I'm not related to you.
Yeah, but it's also nice when it's not just like the bartender, because I've played those gigs too.
Oh, man.
It's like, no, this song's for you, Jimmy, behind the bar.
Right.
And so it's nice if 4 extra people besides parents.
Totally.
For sure,
That's like
we
a
do
cool
it for
show.
the bartenders.
Felt like we had made it.
Yeah.
But the original songs have really been going well also, that you guys have been coming out with, such as, with Fleeting Love.
Yeah.
And I know you guys are working on a lot more singles and everything, and your TikTok following has, like we talked about, has just exploded as a way for people to find you and your music. I mean, how do you guys keep that going? We were talking, it's like you're supposed to load something 5 times a day.
Yeah, it's wild. I mean, we kind of treat it like just a window into who we are, like our personalities, what we're doing with music, and I think social media over the years has gotten this rap of everything has to be squeaky clean, like with Instagram and everything. I think TikTok, we just found an outlet for us to be ourselves, and that resonated with people. So it was really cool to find a fan base on there to be able to express ourselves, our personalities, and our music. So
it's something that we've been able to have a ton of fun with. And, up until this point, music was kind of limited to what you had put out or what videos you had put out on YouTube.
Right.
And this format's something where we can, showcase Tyler producing a song or going in and just kind of coming up with something fun on the spot and being able to pull back the veil and show that to people. It's been really fun.
pull back the veil.
Yeah, go ahead and take a
Well,
peek.
speaking of which, I got to ask this question, with the Fleeting Love video, it's like, whose car did you use, and how did you fit the video camera in there? Because it's like, that's a tight fit,
That
man.
was
It's like,
tricky.
you guys are going across the seats, and I'm like going, how did they make this happen?
We had to be very careful. It was our friend Dylan, who's our videographer, and his buddy brought in this super cool vintage, like 71 Impala, and
awesome.
the works, and it was pristine. So every time we would move, we'd be scared we're going to rip up a little bit of the...
Yeah, we kind of have a habit of destroying the sets that we're on, so we're trying to be
That's
very
true.
delicate today. To
Right.
not
Yeah. Well,
mess up this
I heard
set,
that with
but
the new video that's going to be out that there was possibly a water problem.
there's a bit of a
Yeah,
water
we're working
issue.
on that.
I hate it when that happens.
But no, it's funny for that shoot, like the photographer was reaching in and putting the camera like all the way up against the dash and the windshield and trying to like take shots and
Yeah,
capture
he
video
would,
inside the car.
Yeah,
It's amazing, but it looks like you guys are always having fun.
we
Yeah.
are.
You
We
know,
love
and,
it,
and that
yeah.
that you're really great friends and making
Yeah.
music. And we were talking too, recording at the castle,
Yeah.
and what a cool vibe that is.
Such a cool vibe. I mean, we've been so lucky to record in places like that, record with people like David Dorn, Tom Bukovac, these legends, and just being in the castle is such a unique vibe. I hear all the myths and the stories about it being, Al Capone's accountant's
Right.
house. So every time we go
Yeah.
in there, I'm like a little bit freaked out, but also I think it lends to the sound. But yeah, we've written and recorded some really cool stuff in there.
Yeah, it's one of those places that has a tangible energy when you walk in there.
Right.
You can feel kind of the soul of the place.
Yeah.
I
And
totally
it
agree.
makes it such a fun place to go and record and
Well, like we
create.
were talking about too, with the higher ceilings and everything, it's
Yeah.
just it's a neat place and it's out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we were talking too, about so many rock bands in the past, like the Rolling Stones and everything, when they used to go to actual castles.
Yeah.
yeah.
You would not so cheap,
Right.
and at least a little easier when you've got one here in Nashville.
Yeah, we can drive
Totally.
right to it, open the drawbridge up, we're coming in.
Yeah,
So-
the first time we went at like minute 35, I'm like, we must have missed this. Like, did we take a wrong turn? There's no way that
we knew
we're
that-
heading to a studio
We
in
knew the name
Nashville
was
this
castle.
far away.
We
Right.
didn't know it was an actual castle.
Right, right. And you get there and it's like going, wow, this
Yeah,
is.
when you pull up, it's like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Now, with the writing songs and everything, it's like, are you guys, as much as you're putting out, you're in the studio, you're playing shows, doing tours, doing music videos, in between TikTok,
Yeah, it's
know-
tough to find a time.
when do you guys find a time to write songs and still keep that going along?
Whenever it comes to us,
Yeah.
we've always been the type of kind of writing duo that's, we write when it speaks to us. And I think if we've ever sat down and tried to force it, we're like, all right, come on, we got to buckle up. Let's write a song
Yeah.
today. It never comes out or
Yeah.
it never comes out well. So when we have something to say, like with Fleeting Love, it's pretty much like our ode to toxic relationships.
Right.
And unfortunately, we were well versed in that in our past lives. But
Yeah, I like that. And I can relate to that too.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
It's like I think a lot of us can.
I think as human beings, we're so drawn to that initial, spark and dopamine rush, and when that fades or becomes toxic, you
Right.
want it back, even though it's completely extinguished.
Yeah.
It's fool's errand.
Yeah.
But I think we kind of found common ground on that and wrote about it.
Yeah, I think with the creative process for us, it comes and goes in seasons, and when something's speaking to us, it's just like songs are coming out, it's just pouring out, and then we'll go through a phase where we might not write anything, or we'll write on our own and jot down some ideas, and then once it's that kind of energy comes back, we
Yeah.
reconnect and start doing the same thing. So
I'll be like, you wrote a song about me? How dare you? And then I'll write a song about that,
Yeah.
feeling betrayed.
Yeah, you're right.
But
Right.
it's weird. Like the creative process, it's not something that you can capture or bottle. At least for us, it's something that it's kind of an overwhelming sensation when it comes to you.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this is something's trying to speak to me right now.
I
Let
gotta
me let
get
it
it
let me
down.
let it go through me.
We
Yeah.
always joke about like our voice memos and our notes section is just
Yeah.
like gibberish. Like if we wake up in the middle of the night, we're both the same way. We just jot down, we
And
have an
only you
idea
can
in our
understand
dream.
each other.
Yeah. We're like,
Yeah.
what? If Randy Meisner stubbed his toe? And we're like, oh, just
That's
promise.
that's like half the 70s rock songs. It's like we always sang them wrong. I mean,
Yeah.
even Jimi Hendrix songs, like going, I had those lyrics wrong for years.
Totally.
And performed them out, and people are like, yeah, this sounds just like, no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
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 But I wanted to bring, I mean, how often with the songs or with the singles you guys putting out and with the increased originals that you're obviously doing, what's the goal? Like one a month? I mean, is there a goal?
Absolutely. I think, we definitely would want to release once a month for sure. I think coming out of COVID and quarantine and us getting back together, like we just want to release as much music as we can. We have a lot in the tank already. We have
Right.
a lot recorded and mixed. It's burning a hole in our Dropbox, so we just want to get it out to the world.
Well,
Yeah.
and you guys really solidified during the pandemic as, it was one of those times, I think, to where either things solidified or things fell apart. It was one of the two.
Yeah.
No gray area. And obviously Nashville based now.
There's a lot of a lot of rebirth, a lot of good energy coming out of COVID. It was very tough for everyone and for us for a while. I have an immune disorder, so I had to move back home to Florida for 2 years-ish.
Yeah.
So I didn't see him. We just kept in touch via FaceTime and wrote a lot. But when I did get back after those 2 years, it was like this reawakening, and we're like, why don't we do exactly what we want to do? And that's start a glam rock band, release these songs we've been writing, and just do what we want to do. And that's what happened. I got back to Florida. We wrote like 30, or got back to Nashville. We wrote like 30 songs, and the rest is history. Yeah.
That is amazing. Well, it's like, so it's going to be a big year then for 2023.
Yeah.
With everything that you guys have going with tours. I mean, are you planning on co-headlining, or what is that looking like?
What do you think?
We're still working out the details. We've got the live band put together, got the set put together. So that was a big focus for us, is we wanted to make sure that we could represent the songs and the energy live. And so we put a ton of time and energy into just making sure that that package is exactly what we want it to be.
Yeah.
Everything from the sound, the look, the transitions.
Right.
And so, yeah, now that we've kind of come out of that phase, we're looking into this next year, how we can take that on the road and start showcasing
Yeah,
it.
we've waited 2 years, so what's another?
Yeah, what's another couple months?
perfect
Well, also to get all the clothing in, it's like,
it
you
takes
can't,
a while.
you can't just find velvet shirts everywhere.
No,
You
it's
can't.
not
I'll have
that.
to
It's not as
borrow
easy as you think.
I haven't even seen this one yet.
And also, you're going to be playing in different climates, so you're going to have different
That's
clothes.
true.
Absolutely.
Maybe clothing changes.
I would. I'm rehearsing in heels. These are my like day-to-day heels. These
Those
aren't
are
even my
awesome. You
8-inch
guys
ones.
both. It's like I wish I would have worn boots. Well, I would be remiss if we didn't talk about music here a little bit.
Yeah.
And I know that you guys are both pretty much Fender guys, and you're playing the Tellys, and then once in a while an SG.
Don't tell Fender.
And then we were talking with you, Garrett, about your awesome short scale bass.
Yeah.
Using the Mustang now, and you guys really have kind of solidified your sound with those.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, we've been Fender boys for a while now. I think, especially with your short scale, there's been less stage mishaps, less hitting me in the face with his big basses. I think that was the main reason. It sounds better, and I don't get any head trauma.
Yeah, it's always
we
good.
tend to be pretty magnetic on stage, and so at some point or another, we're right next to each other, and the
All the
longer
time.
scales, I
Yeah.
popped him in the
It
face
can be
a few
dangerous,
times. and-
especially with
yeah.
those tuning keys at the end of a bass.
Oh my
you know.
God, these are huge.
Yeah, and if you're not paying attention, and all of a sudden, I mean, it makes great for TikTok video.
Absolutely.
Not so much for going to the hospital.
Had a lot of stage
He's
spills.
broken his jaw on stage. I've
Yeah.
seen it become dislocated on stage and him put it back in.
Oh.
Yeah, I've had some pretty gnarly spills.
That's
on
hardcore.
stage. Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to spin it either.
I've knocked over the drum set a few times. I've fallen over many times. So
Yeah,
So you're
we're-
saying that the gear is holding up then?
It
Yeah,
is.
gear's holding up.
We just bolt our drummer's kit into the ground every show. But
That's what you and I were talking to before
Yeah.
Garrett got here, to where it's
Yeah.
like going, it's a little bit like Spinal Tap.
it is, man.
It's like, how many drummers have we had already? It's like,
About 12, I think.
spontaneous combustion. You can't prove it.
no,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's true.
So great.
But the new drummer's in, right?
He is.
And healthy?
Jordan Arnold,
Healthy.
Tommy
Yeah.
Lee Jr. We got Jack Devine on guitar.
Yeah.
They're killer, man. I mean, testament to social media, when we're like, we need to start playing some shows out. We just went on social media and we're like, rock drummers, rock guitarists, and we're like, these kids are perfect. Like,
Yeah.
they're awesome.
So amazing. Well, I'll tell you what, I love the music. I can't wait to hear more of your original
Thank you,
songs
man.
come out. And the covers have been great, but I prefer your original songs because it's just,
Thank you.
they're very
Thank you.
organic. And I think that you can really tell the honesty in what you guys are doing. And it's nice to hear some new edgy rock and roll coming out.
Yeah.
That is fun, that you want to add to your playlist and listen to all the time. I want to make sure for our viewers, where's the best place to go, for the shows coming up, for the new releases, obviously the new videos that include water, everything about Royal Sugar. Where should they go?
At Royal Sugar Band, I believe, on everything, right?
Yeah. TikTok, Instagram,
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
I'm in
We're
between jobs right now.
huge on LinkedIn.
I think you guys have a solid job right now. I think this is going to work out.
Yeah.
I mean, just me personally.
Keep me around for a little longer, you promise?
Yeah.
I haven't seen
We'll
him
give it another go.
since Thanksgiving.
Oh my gosh,
Happy
dude.
How was it?
Fantastic.
Great.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's great having you both on the
Thank
show.
you so much.
Tyler, Garrett, Royal Sugar, you want to definitely add the new songs to your playlist. Go see them live because you're going to love that even more. And there's going to be more great music and more great music videos coming out soon. So be sure and check them out.
Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.